All right, so I'm here with Doy Ousley. Doy is the Director of Communications, Director of
Telecommunications.
Telecommunications for the City of Pella,
Yep.
Pella Fiber. We've had a ton of questions lately about Bossland, about different areas, so we figured we would just do an update and let you tell us what's going on, what people can expect.
Absolutely. Boss Landon was two of our last service areas covered Boss Landon that we had not completed your initial installation of our network due to material shortages that we've all had to deal with. Those material shortages, those materials did arrive for us over the winter break. So the contractors are out now installing all of those. Last week, MCS, one of our contractors, they were doing their portion. This week, LSU and another contractor are both out there finishing up their pieces over in the Bossland and subdivision. The entire area around the golf course is all part of that. So, along with the other area that's just north of the golf course as well. So they'll finish that up this week. You'll see them in your neighborhood if you live out that way. They're placing all these handholds in the ground there were just pipes sticking out of the ground over the winter. They're pulling in the cable inside the pipes that were in the handholds now, and mounting all of the terminals that are going to feed the individual houses. After they get done with that, hopefully here in the next week or two, the splicers will come back to town and they'll finish splicing up the rest of the fiber optic cable there, and then we'll be able to serve our customers in the Boss Landing neighborhood.
Okay. What other neighborhoods are we working in? What can people expect?
The rest of the town at this point should be done. There were some more handholds in various locations. Usually, most of those were in the industrial areas of town here where we're at today. Truman Road, Roosevelt Road. There's been some new developments on Roosevelt out there now. They've got a couple of industrial shops that were set up. I think each of those house about 6 different businesses, and we've got those set up to get installed this week. Actually, we've got the pipes into those, and we pulled the fiber in last week, and we'll work on splicing those this week.
What are some of the challenges that you're running up against that you didn't expect?
I don't think anybody expected COVID at the start of this project, and that's kind of what's driven everything from having materials available easily for us during the main COVID onset that we had here in America, and then we had to deal with COVID overseas because the materials that we get that are manufactured in America are made with raw materials that come from China. And so when China had its COVID, that kind of backed up things even more. In fact, one of our suppliers has told us that we need to order 2 years ahead of time.
2 years?
Yeah, and that's kind of crazy. So we've actually had to change the specifications on some of our handholds to use different type materials rather than just using plastic. So we can avoid having to wait 2 years to get stuff here, because I mean nobody wants to wait 2 years for this thing to wrap up. So
what are some positive things we're hearing from customers? Like example, I recorded an install the other day, and they were just so excited about the speed that they were going to have for gaming and things like that.
yeah, a lot of the customers, especially if you're into the gaming or you're working from home, and you've got to have a reliable connection that stays up. And we've had, luckily for Pella Fiber, we've got multiple sources to the world from Pella. So if one of our transport lines gets damaged or whatever, we can easily switch to an alternative transport
So
line.
we actually have several connections to the internet. Wow, how many?
We got two.
Two connections?
Two alternative routes today.
Okay.
And one of those routes is on a ring by itself. So that particular route should stay up regardless of whatever happens.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Anything else you want to tell people?
Pella Fiber is all over Pella at this point. But here by the end of June, we will have the entire city limits of Pella covered with Pella Fiber. So if you don't have it today, you may want to give the ladies a call at the business office and get set up for your Pella Fiber service at your house. We offer internet, TV, and telephone, the fastest internet that there is around here. and most reliable internet as far as I know. And the customers that I get feedback from are just pleased as punch. You know, and if anything, if you have a problem with your fiber, you won't be waiting days and days for somebody to come and fix it. We are usually out immediately once we get a report of a trouble.
Yeah, we're right here in town.
We're right here in town. You know, you don't have to wait for it to go to Minneapolis or Phoenix or wherever for somebody to answer a phone and then respond to it. So,
So who answers the phone when people call? Is it people at the city hall?
no, for repairs, we have contracted with a company that's based out of Iowa.
Okay.
And so they have people that are answering the phones from the Midwest, mostly Iowa, available 24/7, 365 to answer those trouble calls after hours and on the weekends.
Okay. Great. All right. Well, thank you for visiting with us today.
Thank you.